Ladies and gentlemen, it's day 43 of my attempts to trying to improve my speaking skill. That's too formal for me. What I'm gonna talk about in this video, I'm not sure what I'm gonna talk about. It's gonna be appearance then. There are lots of things that are related to appearance, and I do have reflected a lot about that. So yeah, but I'm not sure what points I'm gonna take, so let me think. The thing is, appearance matters, but it's often overrated, overrated by lots of people. Gotta make some kind of point in the video, right? The thing is that appearance are functions are only for first impressions. When people first make an impression, first impression of someone to dictate if it's gonna be a positive or negative impression. It also depends on the interactions, but appearance make the most the really initial impression of someone. The second thing that appearance are important for is because it's also it it resemble the sign of a healthy person, or maybe someone with a superior genetic related to appearance, but it's mostly about healthy and people. Oh, how would I say that? People tendency to like some sort of appearance are mostly related to healthy sign naturally, and through propaganda, through the internet, and through social media, it's become worse and worse, and now it's just really varied and random. But most of the example for being beautiful or being handsome or just signs of being healthy is that have a slim waist. Mean that for female it's having slim waist, big breasts, and maybe and also big what is that, glutes. uh yeah, big glutes. That sounds weird. Big glutes. Having an hourglass appearance, that's healthy because it's really helps for breeding and feeding milk to the child. For a male, then it's gonna be having six packs, having a lean body, muscular body, having lots of muscle and be strong to be able to protect the family, having dark eyebrows. Yeah, dark eyebrows, the deep voice, deep and low voice, and sign of a strong man to be able to fend for the family. Of course, it's in the past, it like 1,000 years ago. It only worked for 1,000 years ago. Maybe people tendency for appearance also have changed, but those are things that are still attractive to the majority of people. There's also the hate factor. If being tall, being equal, being short, it's really matter for, yeah, sign of healthy aspect. It also a preferability pre. It's also prefer for the female to be shorter than the male because it's make that more I don't know, comfortable, suitable for a pair, for them to love each other, to be a pair with each other. I'm not sure how to say that. The reason why I say that appearance are overrated and we shouldn't really obsess over it though, it's because appearance are initially formed through a person young age, through our young age, around 0 years old to the oldest is 25 years old. and it's also genetic, so it's kind of random. So we can't really judge a person's, if maybe if only through their appearance. We can't have any aversion toward them, because I'm talking about preferred appearance. It's a deep, it's a deep subject. Lots of situation out there, and yeah, I think that I kind of overdid my, I kind of overestimate myself to be able to talk clearly about this topic. I'm gonna talk about it later though. Pretty interesting topic. Mm, I do have a tendency to look at some kind of space. Mm, the thing is that some people may have an unfortunate living in a not really optimal environment and can't really grow up to their full potential to have have that good appearance. I don't think this point's valid though. Is that lots of people are still in unfortunate situation, like maybe they get burned, they get in some kind of acid or in bad situation, and people still judge this kind of, have some kind of aversion to this kind of people. I mean, it's natural, but it's also a pretty sad reality. The thing that I think appearance are justified are judging a person appearance to danger, to lots of things. Oh yeah, appearance also related to appearance of an animals and of objects and other kind of thing. The concept of appearance is really vast. I thought that I have the thing that's really fascinated me in this series is that every time I thought that I have an idea of what concepts, what does a word really mean, what is like, maybe I have grasped the concepts of anything, when I suddenly try to say talk about that and try to explain and summarize the conceptual ideas that I have in my mind outside, it doesn't really transfer well, and I would say I did a bad job at talking about appearance. There, like each different word or each different concepts, and they are so vast. It really just fascinates me. It really just fascinates me, and I just want to talk about it. Each different concepts forever if I have the time. I mean, I have enough resources as a 17 years old to talk about all of these right now, and I'm gonna. I think this channel is part of me trying to reflect upon lots of different concepts because it's so fascinating. I feel like it's very similar to law comprehension in Chinese novels. I do like reading fantasy novel related to power ups and power system. I'm just yapping right now, and I don't think that everyone would ever get into the end of this video and watch this one. So I'm just gonna yap without having any sorts of, without really be shamed. I'm not really ashamed. I have thick face. Whatever. I don't know the right word. I'm gonna search about it later. It's just really fascinating. Although I can't really power up through that, it still solidify my knowledge, and it gives me the ability to talk about these topic, these concepts better in the future, and maybe they will be an inspirations of mine when I try to work on something new in the future. So yeah, that's really cool. That's it for day 43. Thank you if you ever listening to the end of this video. Of course, I'm gonna thank myself because I'm gonna reflect it, because I always reflect each of my videos.